The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Hump day! Hey! Looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside Ford Center at Star, Frisco, Texas, where it is a windy 60 degrees, the high is 63, the low is 34.
Yep. Our energy is good today. My energy is good. Y'all energy is good. This is Kurt. That is Nate. He is Shannon. We got Chris Beam in the back keeping us up. I am energetic. Zaddy Holly today.
Wow. Let's go.
Woo! Woo. Together we make Hanging with the Boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille people.
Feel these Cowboys when they run over folks.
When we speak.
Brought to you each and every day by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. So the juice is kicked in. You got some,
I had a good blend this morning. I had a good blend.
Keep it going.
A lot of the dark. I like to go with the dark fruits.
Yeah.
Of your blackberries, your blueberries, your strawberries, your raspberries. The darker fruits have more B12.
So it gets your energy.
So B12
level
gets my energy level up. So I go with the darker juices.
How much juice can you drink a day? As much as you want, or do you have to cap it at a certain amount?
I mean, as needed, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look good today.
Do I? Thank you.
do.
I feel good today. Like I feel.
Yeah.
I feel. I do. I feel.
You know, even though we, our boss Derek Eagleton tried to trip up our show and started late.
Can't do that.
He has a daughter that attends the University of Columbia. Y'all see? I'm just asking, right?
Yes.
He's giving her a tour of the building.
Yeah, he's giving her a tour of the building.
Brought her in
She's
here.
smart.
Yeah, she's smart.
She got her intelligence from mom.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
She definitely got her intelligence from mom.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, what about you, Kurt? I mean, your kids?
Yeah, what do your kids look like? Do they favor you or your wife?
I have one who's real close looking to me, and then two definitely look like their mom. The third's kind of a mix.
Is there one that definitely look like you? Does he talk a lot?
No, it's my daughter, actually, and she's kind of like me. She talks to people she enjoys talking with.
There you go.
Pretty quiet to the rest of the world.
Wow.
What about you, Chris? Your kids both look just like your wife, don't they?
Sure.
Thank God.
Thank God.
But they feel this. Feel these Cowboys when they talk.
Man.
How's your mentals and dentals over there? You
Going back tomorrow. Going to the dentist tomorrow.
You really had yuck mouth. This is like 4 sessions for you.
No, this is one was
three.
at least three. One was the evaluation.
What street this is off of? Your dentist, what street?
It's up in Frisco, like off Main, I think.
Yeah, they had some like detour signs. The guy with jacks.
No, the first was an evaluation, and then the second one was
To tell you how bad it was.
it's so bad we're gonna fix this half the mouth one trip, this half the mouth the other trip, and then we're gonna get you to come back and make sure nothing else is wrong.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, mentals are good. Mentals are great. I mean, the Cowboys are going to this at least Santa Clara. How could we not be great? How's y'all's mental and dentals?
Way to lay out on them, guys.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks a lot.
My dentals are good.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Like, because I'm not eating anything. Like when you wake up in the morning, your breath doesn't smell as bad. Like you don't have the film. You know what I mean?
okay?
Because there's nothing getting stuck in between my teeth.
Stop with that. We didn't need that one.
Nah, like I woke up this morning, I was like, my
We didn't
My
need
breath
that
usually
one.
don't smell in the morning.
your breath doesn't smell in the morning.
I don't have bad breath.
You haven't been in the dentist in 6 years. You're telling me your breath doesn't smell in the morning?
Either that or I've been breathing it so long I'm immune to it. I don't even know.
I think your beard like filters.
I hope.
It filters.
So by you not talking a lot, how does it go for you, Kurt?
That might make your breath stink more because your mouth is closed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're not airing it out.
You're good.
Good, you know. I get a kiss goodbye in the morning. So
That's all that matters. You can get one at night too.
You do for a haircut, Kurt.
I am actually.
It's like,
Wow, you call it
it's
this,
like
man?
you
What
look like a
calling
feather
this
duster.
man? What you call it?
yeah.
what about you, bro?
Me? I'm good, bro. Fat man eating all the time and ain't no time to smell. It's all time to eat, baby. That's all. That's all. Whatever the last thing I had, that's what it smelled like.
How about you, Chris? You good?
Yep. You got me eating a cookie.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
good.
Is it a good cookie?
Yeah, an M&M cookie. It's really good.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like those. Those are good. Those are second. Those are third best to the Fruit Loop cookies, the Fruity Pebble cookies, and then the crushed Oreo cookie,
Yeah.
They got a good one.
and then the M&M cookie. Those are the order, and then the oatmeal raisin, which
Them cookies that come with the look white cream that they.
that's too much.
Yo.
Like
That
the
right
oatmeal
there?
cream, the cream pie cookies, they're
Oh
too
my
much.
God. It is. It is.
Cookie that come with what?
Yes, it is.
Derek just said we gotta relax.
Don't get him in trouble. Don't get
Just
him in
gotta
trouble.
relax.
How y'all like how we just ran him out of here? I mean, he's the
Yeah.
boss, but we own the
Yeah,
studio from
you know.
1 to
Derek-
1:45.
Boss, that is Shannon Gross. Speaking for Shannon Gross. He is not speaking for
Hey,
the group.
wow, man, I just
Oh, you ready to talk football?
No,
Let's
no,
talk
no, no,
football.
I haven't sent my
I'm-
invoice in for December, so you're not gonna delay my invoice from getting processed.
I'm liking how this going, man, and
Man, you
I'm
must
just
be
straight
rich.
about-
You don't need that December money. You must be doing all right, Jesse. I send mine in daily.
You and Everson Walls can't.
I need my $10 every day.
You and Everson don't take no chances, do you?
Everson.
Big
yeah.
Rob hates me. Yeah. Rob, $10. $10. I gotta eat. I got a kid. I gotta
Kurt,
feed a
like,
kid.
man, I'm still on that old plan. I gotta do it because I work
Kurt's
here.
like, y'all get paid for this?
You're like, y'all wonder why I don't say nothing.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, let's talk a little football.
They pay me by the word.
Oh Lord. Don't. Oh, NFLPA All-Pro team came out today, voted on by the players.
Okay, well, who is it?
You want to guess? Do you know? Give me your guesses. There's 1, 2, 3,
There's someone who's not on that list that you
There's
won't
5.
guess.
5. There's 5.
Let me say this: is how many defense?
Let's see.
One.
1. That's surprising.
How many?
One defense, one special team.
I can't guess, bro.
Yeah,
I
guess
really can't because I know I mess it all up.
Yeah, there is one that's not on there that you would probably bet money that one defensive guy you would think would obviously would be Micah Parsons, right?
No, I had my man who's defensive back.
Bland.
Yeah, I had him
That's
as
who's on there.
a
Okay.
single guy.
He made
on
it.
defense.
Your special teams guy is the guy that missed 2 kicks last week.
Yeah.
It was perfect up until the last moment.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, man.
Much deserved. And then CeeDee Lamb, Tyler Smith, and Zach Martin.
Both your
Yeah,
guards.
I'm gonna tell you why. And players say they all about unity. They all love. That's all. You know, we got this bond around the league. Man, if you're a Cowboy and you make too much noise, there's some secret hate going on. Believe that. It's always some secret hate.
With
So,
you
you know,
talking about with other players?
Yeah. I mean, and I felt it more when I was out of football than when I was in football.
Really?
You know, everybody, because everybody, you know, all at the Pro Bowl, yeah. But then when you get out of football, these Cowboys ain't as loved as you think now.
These lists, NFLPA, so that's practice players. That's anybody that's on a roster, right?
Players.
So it's all the players.
Yeah.
They
Practice
only
squad.
vote on the guys at their position, or who, like a center would only vote for centers, or like nose tackles, interior defensive guys, or
So what they had
receivers,
Micah as a
receivers.
linebacker or a defensive end? See, that's what did they have him as?
The 2 guys that went in front of him was Myles Garrett and Max Crosby.
and they categorize them as edge rushers. So he would have fallen into that group. Which, I mean, Garrett and Crosby are good, but I don't know if they're as good as.
Miles Garrett, yes.
Yes.
Crosby, nah.
No.
Because the edge should go, and people don't like this, but the edge should go to the winning team. The edge should go to the winning team because just like Crosby impacts his team, this guy impacts his team. In his last 3 games, and you know what? I'm speaking with a double tongue because Crosby does play both run and pass equally well. But Parsons just waited till the last 3 or 4 games to really pick up his run defense. So, maybe it is the right call for the players who do play.
Is there something to, and maybe you can attribute to, if you like, attribute it to the non-holding calls that he hasn't received? But there is a point in time where, like, Micah always takes a dip. Like, he always has this lull in the season where he's, like, trending, and he'll just kind of, like, fade off a little bit, and doesn't get the sacks, doesn't get, the pressures and stuff like that. And then he'll pick it back up again. Am I off in saying that?
No. When you try and see, 5 weeks ago, I wouldn't have been fighting for him. But I always have in my small mind, a way I think a player should play from the great players that I've played with. And when you start comparing yourselves or you project yourself that you can be these great players, I start seeing you in that way. And if you don't perform that way, then I'm not down with you and you're running your mouth. But this kid you go check his stats. You go look at him on the film. These last 3 or 4 games, and I know they probably did the voting way before this. The kid has been a part of the run defense. Mm-hmm. He's been a part of those pressures and sacks. Now he's even more harder to stop. So, I'll get on your bandwagon if you. But the holding thing, I ain't a ref, so I can't. But I just think I've seen film. We seen it Green Bay. I see dudes flail their arms, and Micah, you got to learn how to do that, bro. You got to learn how to do it convincingly. You got to learn how to roll on the ground and cry like the rest of them do. I see it every week. Jess probably see it too, where guys just.
I almost wonder if it was the opposite way, where he's chirping at the refs so much. They're kind of like a NBA guys. They get sick of it. They're gonna call. I wondered if that was the case. They're like, we're tired of this.
I don't know. I've seen the kid get some egregious holdings on it.
For sure.
I've seen that, but. The thing is, what you gonna do?
That's my phone.
Yeah, don't worry about
what that was.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Just looking around like,
I didn't know
what I thought had to happen.
I didn't know what that was.
You know what I thought happened? I thought computer had and got in on.
I didn't know what that was.
No, the funny thing is,
I don't even know.
You turn and look at the TV.
Yeah,
I didn't know what that was.
It was his phone.
Those TV don't have speakers.
I didn't know what that was.
But I just, get through this year, have a great playoffs. A lot of guys don't know you can set the tone through playoffs. Let's say Michael come out there, have him a couple of sacks each game, get him about 3 or 4 tackles for losses. That's gonna lock into people's mind, and they ain't gonna forget it. Then when he start next year, boom, 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 and matured another year and got a little more man on him. Yes.
All right, let's take our first break. When we come back, we will talk Cowboys offense, Packers defense. Somebody asked me today what the mood was in the building and with, the fan base and the just what the expectation was. And I was like, I think the expectation for the first time since I've been around the team is if you don't make it to the NFC Championship game, it's a letdown. Because usually it's like, well, we get past the first round, then you got Philly, and this. I think this is the first. I want to get y'all's take on that because I feel like there's a clear path for the first time. Besides 2007 and 2014. But I feel like the fan base is bought in and like that now anything less than the NFC Championship game is like bust. And then there's always been doubt around Dak winning the big games. And you got 2 big games before you get to NFC Championship game. And I don't feel like our fan base is doubting Dak like they used to, and I want to get y'all's thoughts on that. Is that stigma, has he put that to rest the last few weeks, or is there still the I don't know, Dak, I don't know if he can win the big one. We'll see when we come back on Hangin with the Boys.
Fall is here, and that means football is back, bringing all the delicious game day foods with it. As you prep for all the big games, tailgates, and watch parties, let Yo Quiero be your one-stop destination for all things home gating. Yo Quiero's fresh, flavorful, ready-to-serve guacamole, made with real Hass avocados, will score taste bud touchdowns as you cheer on the Cowboys. Yo Quiero's wide range of mouth-watering and versatile products can be found in your local grocery store's produce or deli section. Grab some today.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of Cowboys fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Dallas Cowboys seats.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to Hanging with the Boys. Second segment brought to you each and every day by Blockchain.
Block it up, baby.
Thank you, Blockchain. We ought to get you a sponsorship for Blockchain.
Blockchain. Blockchain,
Nate
baby.
Newton on behalf of
Blockchain.
What's that radio at? 888-877. What's your radio for these?
Oh,
Stop.
hey, I got a question on that because I heard that in the car the other day, and how many takes did that take you? And were you reading?
I read it once, and then I read it twice, and it was through.
No way.
Yeah.
Because I've tried to get you to do a 10-second video for social media before, and it took us 87 tries.
Because I cannot pronounce guacchiero, mocha, jalapeno mocha.
Still remembers that was 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Quiero guacamole.
There you go.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce it. I can eat it, and I bet many of.
But I mean, that commercial was like spot on.
That could have been the commercial.
You didn't.
I can't pronounce it, but I can eat it.
They should have let me do it that way.
I heard that. I was like, "There's no way he got this in one take."
888.
Hey, Scott Purcell, can we talk about the cheering that Jess and all of us are gonna be doing? Ask your boss that.
Oh yeah,
Chris.
when are y'all doing that today?
I think so. Sure.
Yeah. I'm doing it tomorrow 'cause I brought my work clothes again.
Chris, there's a whiteout at the stadium this weekend, right?
There's a white what?
Sunday.
Yeah.
Everybody's wearing white.
Everybody's wearing white.
So wear your white if you're going to the white jerseys and white T-shirts if you're going to the game this weekend.
Look like a bunch of painters out there.
Yep. Wear your white pants, white shoes. Kurt, you gonna wear your white while you're working at home for the game? Okay. Back to the question. Would y'all agree that the expectation now is NFC Championship game or bust?
That's y'all expectations.
Your expectation is Super Bowl. But I'm talking about like the fan base and just the vibe you get in the building and everybody expects them to get.
I'm going to pull a Nick. I don't care what everybody think of Billy, but that's Nick. I don't care what you think. I don't care what I think.
You're the only reasonable person in this room right now that's not a former player. Do you feel that way?
Yes.
The fan base, the employees.
If they lose in the division round again after this season, it's
Don't even
just
speak it.
And God forbid if you lose before then.
Yeah.
Don't even
Like we don't even want to put that in the universe.
No.
So yeah, okay. So that's the vibe with all
think
of the
if
Cowboys.
if they have to reach the NFC Championship game, if they got beat by the 49ers in San Francisco,
Boom, bop, boys.
I think for the most part, fans are going to be like,
But anything less,
anything
it's like,
less,
oh my God,
yeah,
it's
anything
this
less
team's
is another
terrible. They suck. They couldn't do
punch
this.
in
They
the
couldn't.
face,
Okay.
and it's
So what about Dak? It seems like the Dak talk, every year is he can't win the big one and can't do this and can't do that. And I haven't heard any of that in the last 4, 5, 6 weeks.
No, we still get some emails sometimes from fans. They're just Dak could walk on water. They're not going to like him. It's just the way it is. But yeah, I think for the most part he's surpassed. I think people are confident in him, and he's had a great year. So why wouldn't you?
What is y'all's take on that as former players?
Yeah, he has to begin to take the step, because we're talking about year 8, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about year 8 for Dak. This is not year, 2 or 3. Like Brock Purdy's in year 3, right? There's some other quarterbacks in these early part of the season, so you're kind of like, well, I don't really know what the expectations are. It could go one way, it couldn't go.
We can still develop him. He can progress. Yeah.
In year 8, there needs to be tangible evidence that we can see that, all right, we are finally here. And to your point, the road has been paved to your destination. And it looks fairly, I shouldn't say fairly easy, but it looks doable. It's looked more doable now than it has in a while. And if you happen to just so happen have the Niners slip up and get beat by the Rams, then it looks even more rosier and paved in gold. But at the end of the day, the quarterback is going to be where this thing is won and lost, right? Like it's going to come down to that. It's going to come down as he's able to get this team over the hump. He needs it for himself and his contract. He needs it for the team's sake. I think Mike McCarthy needs it for his job, because if they go out there and lay an egg on Sunday and lose that game,
oh yeah,
I'm not saying Mike McCarthy's seat is hot. I'm saying that there's a hair trigger eject button next to it though. The seat itself is not hot, right? Because like Jerry said, there's another year in his contract. If all goes well, we'll bring him back for another year. But if you fumble the bag week 1 of the playoffs, boy.
Yeah.
Boy,
yeah, that's bad.
That's a tough pill to swallow from Jerry Jones' perspective, and it's going to fall on the shoulders of Dak Prescott.
Breaking news, Chris. What do we have?
Pete Carroll has been let go by the Seattle Seahawks.
Whoa.
Which that's really big breaking, and the reason why is because Ian Rappaport just tweeted Cowboys Dan Quinn would quickly be considered a strong candidate to replace Pete Carroll.
Wow.
So
I didn't see that one. Didn't see that one coming. I thought
Neither did I.
There was another coach I thought you were going to
Was that mutual? Or they just said
It says that he could probably stay on as a
advisor.
Yeah, in a different capacity, but they're moving on as him as the head coach.
That's a shocker.
Yeah.
That's a shocker.
That's a shocker. That wasn't on my bingo card for 2024 when coaches will get fired.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. About to burp before I ask that question. My bad. Nate, how do you feel about Dak this year?
Love it.
Okay.
Everything about it. This is the Dak that I thought we missed 3 or 4 years of development and growth. Him being able to use his legs in a positive way, not to run. And like I've been saying for 3 or 4 years, just to move around, to get those secondary receivers a chance. When you really understand the offense, and maybe I'm a little bit off course here, Jess, but when you really understand offense, sometimes you know that second or that third option may need a little help, a little time in getting open. You may need to find another window to get that ball through, and he's doing just enough to make that happen. And I see where he has been saving the offensive line 2 or 3 times in major situations in games. Remember when he threw that big bomb to CD? He almost got sacked in the backfield.
Yeah. Against Miami, against Detroit.
Yeah.
I don't know what 55 was looking at.
Yeah.
He had Dak dead to rights. I don't know how that wasn't a safety.
And he got out of there. And that is the Dak that I thought that was 2 or 3 years in arriving. And maybe it was the injury combined with, not understanding the offense when you have no game plan going into the offense. Just this guy going to be open. It's a little bit more than that. I think to most coaches' offenses, and so I'm loving it.
A lot of that you're
I'm
saying
loving it.
Is McCarthy's doing then, you think?
I think the help of McCarthy and what's the quarterback coach? That
Schottenheimer
is just a thing, and then him maturing. But you might been just used to sit here and I used to be like, when is Dak? Dak sees now like, you know what? I think he understood it before, but now I think he really like, you know what? I understand what you want, Coach, but I know what I can do now. I know how I can function now, and he's doing it with confidence. His decision making, he's doing it with confidence. I'm this Dak here, like I tell you, as long as he is smart enough, he's been saving off his line. The bottom line, he's been doing a great job. Him and Tony Pollard, and now Rico Dottle. I've seen him picking up some things. Yeah. I mean, it's been a team deal, and Dak been at the top of it. The question's still gonna be, like Jesse said. I mean, he didn't say it directly. I'm gonna say it directly. Can you get to the next level?
Speaking of the sticking with the offense and talking about the run game, so Dallas's run game isn't the best, right? And we always say on this show, you can go on the road and win with what? Run game and defense, right?
Yeah.
Playoffs.
You got the defense. Well, now you got 2 home games, right? And you're averaging 88 yards per game, rushing per game against teams that are in the playoffs this year. So less than 100 yards a game. Can you win game? Can you get to where you need to go with the run game in the state? Because at this point, it kind of is what it is.
Yeah.
We're not expecting Tony Pollard to rip off 130 yards a game. And now, if they use him the right way, I think we all agree he needs more touches, but get creative and do all that. But, I mean, can they sustain playoff success with the way the run game is?
This is what I believe, and I've always believed that whether it's a wide receiver, a running back, or your quarterback, you need a dictator. You need a dictator.
Okay, Kim Jong-un.
And what I good with Jeff. And what I mean by that is a guy that can dictate coverage from his position. CeeDee Lamb can do it from the outside. He can do it from the slot. Even when he line up in the backfield, those 1 or 2 times, it always 2 sets of eyes on him, depending on where he's at. The defensive coordinator said, hey, if he goes here, this is how we can do this and this is how we can do that, especially in passing situations. You have to know where this kid is at. Now that gives Cook a chance. Now that gives Ferg a chance to be who they are. That just throwing to the open man. One thing about being in the playoffs, and especially if the Cowboys can get past this round, now you playing the best of the best, regardless of whether it's the NFC or the AFC. You playing the best of the best. You getting the best third corner. You getting the best fourth corner as a team. These are the best you're going to face. So now, I really don't deal with fourth and fifth receivers. If it ain't the first or second or maybe the third, you throwing the ball to them, because this is how we're going to have to win. Now, if you can make sure that the dictator has got enough attention over there, now this is where Cook and this is where your run game can come in. And I'm saying Cook because he's going to have to keep that thing honest for us. Cook going to have to keep it honest, him or either the big tight end. But now you get creative with your run game with Tony, and now you can do some damage.
So you're saying because CD demands acknowledgement, double coverage, whatever that is, no matter where he lines up, because now they've run some stuff out of the backfield with him, that frees your run game up to be more creative.
To be more creative, but what you have to do, the caveat to all this, you have to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
You can't throw something out there to CD and we miss. Even if it ain't 1 yard, 2 yards, 3 yards, because he's a threat. You got to be successful in what you're trying to do. Because if you're not successful, now you start trying to play it by the chains. I don't think, when I look at Green Bay defense, they got guys that can get sacks, but they give up 20-something yards rushing. They got a 4.4 average. They fill their gaps. They fill their gaps. They do okay. they scare me because they'll just seem like they playing along with you, waiting for opportunity. You know, they'll bend. You know, they seem like they're waiting for. It's nobody just, to me, standing out that's just crushing you. Every now and then, Kenny Clark, the big D tackle, will make a move. Preston Smith, the line outside, they'll make a move and they'll make a play. You know, even Quay Walker,
Quay.
number 7, he just be playing. Then all of a sudden, boom, he'll make a play. And, you know, against the lower level teams, you can shake them. You know, but they're beating 1 or 2 good teams, but they are a true 9-8 team that their quarterback played lights out because their 2 running backs were okay. But their quarterback, to me, played lights out. And my hat's off to the head coach and the defensive coordinator. My hat's off to them. But they should not be able to stay with us.
What do you think? Who on Green Bay's defense? Let's take our last break. Jesse, when we come back, who stands out on their defense? And, I mean, I feel
there you go.
I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong. You tell me how you feel when we come back too, Kurt. I feel like this is a therapy session.
Get in our feels.
There's nothing to worry about this week. I mean, it's a playoff game, but I almost feel like we've already won this game. Like
that boy, Big Noon rubbing off on him.
Yeah, like now I know those guys aren't going to overlook this, but I feel like as a fan, like I've already overlooked it. I've moved on to the second round. I'm just whoever wins that matchup, that's who we bring them on. I don't know if you feel that way. You tell me what we need to worry about and all that good stuff. When we come back on the last segment of Hanging with the Boys.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And, of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at Wingstop.com.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of Cowboys fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they make just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Dallas Cowboys seats.
James Wright here, your 2022 Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year. You know how much I love my Cowboys, and I am thrilled to be talking to you about the 2023 Fan of the Year award presented by Captain Morgan. We're looking for the ultimate Cowboys fan to spice up the game. That means you eat, sleep, and breathe the Dallas Cowboys. If that's you, or if you know someone like me, then go to DallasCowboys.com/fan of the year and you could win tickets to Super Bowl 58 and so much more. Enter today.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the final segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every day by Jigsaw, the official dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys. And before we go to Jesse, Kurt, do you as a fan and as an employee of the Dallas Cowboys, are you worried about this game at all?
Not a lot, no. I mean, there's always some trepidation because you're facing a young, unknown team and a quarterback's on a hot streak. But no, they're too much talent. Unless they beat themselves, they should win this one.
I feel better about this game than I did about Miami, Buffalo, Detroit.
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like those
were better teams.
Yeah.
I think so.
All right, Jesse.
Break it down.
Professional opinion.
What's the question?
I mean,
Your defense.
Is there anything
Their
to be
defense.
worried about?
Break down that
Who should we be watching?
So here's the thing. Is there anything to be worried about? There yes and no. Mm-hmm. There is a level of caution that has to be presented. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying a level of worry. I'm not saying a level of timidity, but a level of caution.
Timidity. I like that word. Good word.
I'm back. I was
Head's clear.
I was off my game a couple weeks ago. Nate took over. I'm like, let me get back to let's get the order back into this thing. This defense, and so what Nate was saying about they just hang around, right? Like nothing really jumps off the page at you. There aren't guys in this defense that's going to be like, man, whoa. But every now and again, you'll see Preston Smith make an appearance. You'll see Quay make an appearance. You'll see Jair make an appearance. Kenny Clark. I mean, there are some names on this defense that you've heard of before. The biggest thing is they're 17th. They're ranked 17th overall in the National Football League. They've given up 200 rushing yards or more 4 different times this year. 4 different times they've given that up this NFL season. So there are abilities there. But like us, what makes a defense really good is when my offense allows us time of possession. Our offense wins time of possessions. Our offense is scoring points. And then our offense is making the opposing team's offense one-dimensional. And I think those are the 3 things that you've seen over the last couple of weeks. Jordan Love has been lights out. These last, I think he's 7-3 or 8-2 over his last 10 games and 18 touchdowns to 1 interception. So he's figuring out things offensively, which now takes a little bit of the pressure off the defense and Joe Barry and how they want to call different things. Jair Alexander's probably going to be the one who shadows CeeDee Lamb. Now, CeeDee Lamb cooked him a year ago. They lost in overtime. You know, Watson came on and had a career day with 3 touchdowns over 100 yards. But CeeDee Lamb put up 150 yards last year. And the thing that has continued, that trend for CeeDee is that he's just entered a level where he doesn't matter who guards him. Mm-hmm. But Dak also threw 2 interceptions in this game, right? So like, there was some things that were posed to the Cowboys defensively, offensively from their defense that confused Dak. Now, will that happen this time around? I don't know. I don't know. This defense is a defense that just hangs around and in hopes that you don't blow them away, right? But they're not the aggressors. They're not coming out saying, we're taking this game over. Now, I say all of this, and of course, every time they come into AT&T Stadium, that just wasn't an Aaron Rodgers thing, right? Yeah. Preston Smith was there. Kenny Clark was there. Jair was there. These other guys, like they feel a certain, like, hey, when we go in there, we play well, right? It's a mystique for their team that they say when they go in there and play well. So that's what makes the playoff difficult to even judge from what the regular season was, because there's going to be a difference. There's going to be a level of that game goes up another level, and you just hope that when they go there, you go there.
You can match it.
You can match it or above it. The Cowboys are better than this football team. I think this team was probably right, like for what Green Bay has done offensively and defensively this year, with Jordan Love coming in at this first year, the starting quarterback, to make it to the playoffs, they're a year or so ahead of schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
You had a good point before you get too far down the road.
My points are good.
Okay. Debatable, but
today's good point.
Thank you. Today's good point.
Thank you.
The last 2 minutes.
Thank you.
Good point.
Appreciate it.
When you get to the playoffs, right?
Yes.
And Nate, you can probably jump in on this too. And you're not a great team. You're a good team. You gotta be good to get to the playoffs, right? At least at some point of your season, you were good. So you have the ability to be good. When you get into the dance, does that, because football is a lot about confidence, right? Does that boost your confidence as a team and go, hey, we got here? Like, does that bring it up a notch as far as like, okay, we're here, anything can happen, as to where maybe during the season you got ebbs and flows and you have a dip and you start doubting yourself, like maybe we're not that good, but then you get in and it's like, okay, we're one of the best.
We're literally one of the best.
Right. Does that
yes
give you a little more swag, a little bit, here we are, let's go, forget everything that's happened. It's 0-0.
Absolutely. And it's a new, and you, not only do you feel that, but you also understand that your opponents feel that as well. And you have to be willing to, again, there's another level of sacrifice that has to go into it. What you thought was enough before has to be more. I have to have more treatment. I have to have more film study. I have to have more of this and more of that, because this is it. There is no, and to double turn from Rocky, there is no tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Literally, there is no tomorrow. You lose and it is over. And for a lot of guys, they want more than that. They want more than just that one and done, because you put too much into this. And I think the Cowboys, looking at this game, and this is I don't particularly think, and maybe I'm giving away my prediction early on, I don't see a blowout. I don't see a Cowboy blowout, because in the playoffs you don't get many blowouts. Mm-hmm. You get tough, hard-fought football. Now, if you win by 10, that's considered a blowout in playoff-style fashion. Yeah. But those Packers are going to be geeked up. They're going to be geeked up, ready to come. And oddly enough, we're supposed to have a whiteout here, but even like I hear talks about people, you hear the barbershop talk. I heard a guy in the barbershop just the other day. He talked about, man, shoot, I made $8,000 last week when I sold my tickets.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of green in the building.
The ticket number goes up this week. So I got a text on my phone right now from a guy who's not even a Cowboys. He was a Cowboy player at one point in time, but who owns seats. And he's like, anybody, let me know. I'm putting them out there. Mm-hmm. But they better have money.
Because the Packers don't necessarily travel well, but they have a huge fan base.
They travel
Dallas.
Here. Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's a travel or fan base here, but they tend to show up here in
they show
AT&T.
up for sure.
They definitely show up in AT&T. So the Cowboys have to go out there, and that's the concern part, is that they have Jair Alexander. Jair Alexander is a former All-Pro cornerback. There is
All-Pro, yeah. He's Pro Bowl last year.
Pro Bowl last year, All-Pro the year before that. In that, when he's in his right mind, now sometimes Jair be on his own thing, right? If you Google Jair Alexander Charlotte, that's right. He's in his own world sometimes. Mm. But this is a player who, if you give him an opportunity to pick the ball up, he's gonna pick the ball off, right? Like, these guys are playmakers. Quay, like he said, Quay will show up. Quay will have, and you look at that and you go, and it's all about moments, because Quay may not be doing anything and mundane the whole game, and then have a play on the right tackle, on Terrence Steele, that can create something. We saw it last week. What happened? A tip pass. How did a tip pass happen? They were doing a stunt. You can say the guy was holding, or his arm got caught in between, whatever, but hand up in the air, ball is tipped and overthrows. DBs love that. Same thing can happen with a guy like Quay Walker. He is good enough to beat Terrence Steele. I'm not saying every single down, but he's good enough to beat him. He's good enough to make a play on him. And now what happens when that play is made on Terrence Steele? To Nate's point, does Dak continue what he's been doing and saving the offensive line? Or is that one of the plays where Terrence Steele gets beat right now and it's a direct line to the quarterback and it's a hit of the elbow and the ball pops up in the air? It's a strip sack. It's whatever. It's a sack on a key third down, whatever it may be. So they have the ability. I don't think that they're going to dominate this Cowboys offense or even dominate this offensive line. But it's when they make their plays. They'll make a play. They're too good of a team not to make a play. It's limiting them to how many they make and the plays that they do make, not allowing them to be detrimental. That's going to be the big key for the Cowboys offensively with this defense. But Dak should be able to carve this defense up.
Kurt, do you want to go into your bag and you have a whole bunch of stats that make me worry about this game? Do you want to rattle some of those off?
Well, yeah. Which ones were you thinking here?
Every one you put up here.
Oh.
Points 2 through 97 that you sent out are stats that make me go, okay, maybe this defense is.
Well, they're 9th in fewest passing yards, 10th in fewest passing TDs. Pro Football Focus has them ranked as the 13th pass rush. They're 10th in blitz percentage, 8th in hurry percentage, 6th in pressure percentage. I mean, it sounds like they can get to the, like you were saying, they have their moments where they can get to the quarterback.
They're top 10 in a lot of defensive pressure stats, right?
On the front side. Now, the back side, and Alexander was out for a good chunk of the year, but they're 19th in pass coverage, 31st in interceptions. I mean, they're not making a lot of big plays back there, but again, maybe they're whole now and could be dangerous.
Nate, do you fear this defense at all?
No, I don't. But the thing, what Jesse said is so right. What I want to do by being home, come out, don't go slow, fast. Put the pressure on them. Just keep going at them fast, even to the point where sometimes, and I know we ain't done this. At least I haven't seen it, kind of up tempo. And I ain't saying sprint to the line, but just
no huddle.
Pick up the pace. Yeah, no, just pick up the pace. Make them stress. Make them stress. Let them see how good CeeDee Lamb can be, how good Fergie can be. Make them stress. And yeah, then I'm not going to worry about it after that. But if they play at a defensively a slow pace. The 2 games I saw was. And the ones they won was this pass from the Bears. I saw a little bit of the Panthers, and not a very good team, and the guys who they played right before the Bears. But don't waste time. Go get them. Go get them. Make them stress.
Stress them on defense.
Stress them out.
I like it. I always like a
good stress.
Yeah. Well, I mean, offensively, I think this team does really well when they do that, when they go with the quick calls and they, even no huddle maybe for a first series or 2, get to the line. And I think they do really good when they don't give the defense time to set and get set up. I think Dak's really good at getting to the line and recognize, okay, this guy's out of place. Like, okay, this is where we're going. I would love to see him come out and do no huddle or just really quick calls for.
I think go ahead.
Because what we would do in the playoffs sometimes, and just us, is give that idea like we finna hurry up. We'll come out of that huddle quick. I mean, almost 5 seconds be no pass when we out of that huddle, making them think the defense kind of throw them off kilter, and we'll, take about another 5 or 6 seconds and go on and snap the ball. Next time we'll come out slow, but then it'll be on the first sound. Just
keeping them off balance.
Yeah, just keep them a little bit off balance like that. But go ahead on, my brother.
No, I was going to say in the got shorts on.
Oh, shorts.
in that you got to just be careful because what you don't want is you don't want to hurry yourself into a 3 and out.
Yeah, it is.
Right? You want to make sure that that's why like if you come out and you score first. And you stop them, I think then there's an opportunity to come out again and a little bit of tempo, throw them off balance, but you have a little bit of a lead. And because, go back to the running game Nate was talking about earlier, I think the Cowboys are best when they pass before they run. Their pass sets up their run. So getting the ball out quick, getting the ball out on the perimeter, and then now when you're getting 2nd and 4, second and 5, now I can run. Because even if I get 3 yards, now I'm at 3rd and 2. Mm-hmm. Now we can do whatever we want. Instead of what you saw in the Detroit game where it was like run on first down, 2nd and 9, run on first down, 2nd and 10, 2nd and 11. But you saw it was different in Washington and was that mine? No, that was mine. Whatever it was Washington. But just seeing the ball come out of the quarterback's hands right now, long handoffs, throwing the slants, throwing the hitch routes, getting out there, throwing the option routes to the tight end. It doesn't have to have great depth. It doesn't have to have a bunch of yak yards after it. But what it's giving me now, it's keeping me ahead of the sticks. Because now when I come out there next time, you don't know what's coming because it's 2nd and 4. I can run it and get 2 or 3 yards, and now we're in a perfect position. And even if we get to 4th and 1, or 4th and 1.5, depending on where we're at in the field, this is when you can kind of, you can go for it. And what people don't realize, when you go for those 4th downs, like even if it's still backbreaking to that defense. It's something about the mental things of like a new fresh set of downs. Like it's just hard mentally to kind of get over that hurdle each and every series if they're getting to those 4th and shorts. So I mean, it's something to think about for the Cowboys and how they want to approach things.
No mistakes. No mistakes.
That's gonna be key, man. I don't think they can do that.
No penalties and no mistakes, man. When a team is not better than you, and you're supremely confident in who you are, The only thing that should be on your mind is I'm gonna go out here and play free, and I'm not gonna make the dumb play.
Mm-hmm.
If you can play free and not make the dumb play, game over.
But that's been our MO this year.
Yes.
Play free. But boy, you make some dumb plays. Like we've consistently shot ourselves in the foot over and over and over again.
And no matter who we play.
And it's like a different player every single time.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, good stuff. Tomorrow, what's tomorrow?
Packers
Cowboys defense, Packers offense. Jesse, glad to see you got that energy back, man.
Yeah,
Kurt,
tomorrow
go get that hair fixed.
Oh, boy.
Nate, good seeing you, man.
Stay with the dark colors.
Chris, thanks for keeping us on the air. Jazz, thanks for keeping Chris company. What's my man's name? Josh, thanks for keeping us on the social channels. And Douglas, thank you for that tidbit we heard during the break.
Y'all got to pay for that.
Will we be able to put that on the air at any point, Chris? Or is that?
I just didn't know you cuss like that, man.
Is that just for our entertainment
Put it on the air.
purposes?
You won't hear a thing. Beep it out.
Think about it, Chris. If not, I'll at least want it for my social channels. Is there video with it, or is it just audio?
Just audio.
Just audio. It's worth it.
I'll give it to you for your social channels.
Kurt, I just didn't know you had that type of language in your
Hanging around you
vocabulary.
guys too much.
It ain't me.
Y'all rubbing off on my boy.
Y'all. Who's this y'all you speaking?
Y'all two over there.
That's right. You don't cuss.
I don't cuss. I know it wasn't me.
All right, well, come back tomorrow, see if Kurt will cuss on Hanging with the Boys. We out!
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!